beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk about things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. I'm an intuitive reader, a manifesting coach, a Reiki practitioner, and a life path guide and mentor here to help you along your awakening journey so you can co-create the life of your dreams. And dancing with the universe is one of my most favorite things to do. So in this video, I want to share a teaching that I just did at a workshop. I did a live workshop at a local school to the whole staff. And I was teaching them the importance of how your thoughts create your reality. I had a quote on the board that says, "Who you are being is what you are creating." And I wanted them to wake up to the idea that literally what they're thinking about before bed every night, in the morning when they wake up, it's like pushing a button and telling the universe, I want more of this. And most of the people in the room, I don't think they were super into videos like this. I could be wrong. I don't know everybody that was there, but they all seemed very new and very open to learning about this. And I drew on the board this cute little like heart-shaped head. It's like a stick figure. And maybe I'll put up a picture of it, but I did two stick figures. And the one stick figure, I put a bunch of plus signs all around the body, meaning this person is so positive. They're thinking thoughts of possibility. And then on the right side, I drew a stick figure with a bunch of minus signs, which was all negative energy, right? And then I also drew how there's a channel opening up underneath the positive person's feet and above their head. So it was like this, like a channel of energy that can come to the person and go through the person and back out. And with the negative energy person, it was blocked. They were capped off above their crown chakra and then underneath their feet. So it was almost like they were trapped in this negativity bubble. And I was teaching at this workshop that when we are showing up in the world and we're exuding a certain energy, we're either the positive person or the negative person in any given moment, right? We can switch in and out of those energies. But when we get out of the flow and we get into that negative vibration, it cuts us off from source, right? Source will still try to get us out of it. It'll still show us. It'll bring us other people who are also cut off from source and they're negative and they're complaining about their life. And that should be the beacon to get you back into the positive energy. But when we are shifting in and out, our goal when manifesting is to stay more in the other energy. So it's okay to have a negative thought, but then to quickly jump back into the positive energy because you want that flow, right? You want to see the energy flowing out through your feet, throwing out through your crown chakra, and it's creating this cycle of you putting out good energy into the universe and then receiving it back. And even though the negative energy, you're doing the same thing, it is going out and coming back to you. But when you see it more like in a box, that you're trapped in this box of negativity and you're only receiving that, it makes it more clear that you need to get out of that, right? So when we see flow over here, how can we stay in that energy more often? And I was teaching this group of teachers that when they show up in the morning with their students, if they're expecting their students to behave a certain way in the classroom, which most teachers do, then they're going to get that. And I was teaching them that they can manipulate their reality. We can think thoughts for other people, and other people can do those things. I also taught them my whiteboard method, which is something I wanted to share again here. I shared it in other videos. Maybe I'll link them if I can remember which videos it was. If you can imagine, you have this imaginary whiteboard above your head before you're going to sleep, right? And when you wake up tomorrow morning, the universe is going to look at your board and it's going to say, what are they asking for? What can I bring them? And that whiteboard represents your subconscious mind, okay, which holds your feelings. And when we go to bed each night, we want to be planting seeds. We want to feel into what we want to create in our life. So if you're on my channel, you're here to manifest. You're here to face your fears, to walk through that, to befriend your fears, to get to your dream life. It's not just going to come at the drop of a hat without you taking action and without you actually moving through difficult things, because we literally have to transform into the person that is ready to receive the desire. And if we're calling something in every night before bed and we're putting it on our whiteboard, well, the universe is going to deliver it one day. And you might feel that fear and be too scared to take the step. But if you are not receiving anything to take a step towards, it's probably because you need to hear this whiteboard method. It works every time. So the method is just placing every single night, you're going to imagine your desires. You're going to think about yourself in the new house, in the new car, in the new job. And you're doing specific actions. I always talk about, like, if you're in your kitchen, you're running your hand across the countertop, or maybe you're starting the engine of that beautiful new car. Maybe you're on a beach in a beautiful bathing suit underneath a palm tree, or you're out to dinner with your new partner and they're taking you on dates and bringing you flowers. You're going there in your imagination. On the whiteboard in the classroom that I just taught at the other day, I had your greatest tool, and then I had a blank box. I was asking them, what do you think your greatest tool is in this lifetime? And it's your imagination. Being able to give yourself the time and space to go there. Most people have so much trauma and we have so much pain that we can't even sit for 5 minutes and imagine a beautiful life for ourselves because we've been so conditioned to accept poor treatment and not good things. So it's almost hard to really put ourselves in that actual energy of seeing ourselves receiving $1 million or receiving that job. So we really restrict ourselves. So your imagination was actually stifled in school. When we go to school, we are told that we have to memorize information. We have to sit in a desk for certain hours in the day. We're not taught to imagine. We're taught to turn that off to listen to other information coming in. So we're now trained to receive, receive, receive instead of listening, okay, and creating from within. So when I teach this whiteboard method, I am pulling out the inner child in you who wants to play, who wants to imagine. And when there's trauma in our past, and maybe we were in survival mode all those years, we weren't creating. We weren't able to be kids. We weren't able to be playful. Or maybe we went really far into our imagination and really started to create some wild scenarios to survive because our present reality was so toxic and so terrible that our imagination was our safe place. And then those people normally move into an adulthood filled with fear of what could go wrong because their imagination is so wild that now they can think about all the wrong things that could happen instead of thinking about possibility. So in this video, I want to remind you that your imagination is your greatest tool. And when we're manifesting, we do have to walk through fear. We do have to break through all of that trauma that kind of smushed our imagination all those years. And one of the best ways to practice reactivating that imagination that was suppressed so many years ago is this whiteboard method. Every night before bed, I need you to make an effort to go into that inner child and really think and see yourself in your dream life. And the more you do it, the better you get. And every morning when the universe looks at your whiteboard, what you're imagining the night before goes on the board. And the universe, if it sees something over and over and over again, that's impressing onto your subconscious. You're then feeling that desire. And when the universe feels you feeling it, it communicates through vibration. So then it says they're feeling this way. Well, then I have to bring them something to make them feel that way. And that's how it all works. It's a dance, but we have to put ourselves into that feeling state first. We have to allow ourselves to move beyond the trauma and allow that inner child to surface that's playful and fun. You know, I sit on calls with people all day long and people struggle to access that imagination. They can think, oh, I want $1 million and oh, I want a dream house. But no, like, can you go into what it would feel like? You know, sometimes we can't even access the feelings because we're so calloused over by the pain of our past and the unworthiness and not feeling like that could really happen for us. So practicing the whiteboard method every night before bed and reactivating that imagination and then starting to do it during the day, you're going to start to see change in your life. Your manifestations are going to arrive. And then that's a whole nother step, is you have to be willing to walk the walk. You know, I used to say in my classroom all the time, I want to be a motivational speaker one day. I would tell it my students, I'd be like, you're going to see me on YouTube, you're going to see me on stages. And then a year and a half ago, when it was time to start speaking in public after being on YouTube for a little bit, it was time. And I freaked out, curled up into my shell, and I couldn't do it because my trauma got in the way. And we have to be willing to face that trauma and to work with somebody on it. That's why I have my mentorship, because I help people through this. And once we identify, okay, my dream is here, it's literally at my front door, but there's something blocking me from taking action on it. And that's what I want to motivate you all to do, is to reactivate your imagination. Then when your desires arrive, I want to invigorate you and inspire you and motivate you to go towards the fear. It's going to feel scary. Your desire is going to feel scary. And that's what the tricky thing is. You're going to be like, wait, why am I scared of the thing that I wanted my whole life? Well, when it's finally here, wait, you'll know the feeling. I've had it. It is for real. Like, you're just scared. You don't think you're worthy of it. You're like, this is too good to be true. I don't think I'm worthy of this, or I can't do it. I don't want to be seen, but yet I do want to be seen. And all of these things start going through your mind. And that's when you get trapped in the head, and we have to drop into the body, and we have to allow the body to release that trauma that holds the fear, right? Your fear is just you being scared of your past repeating itself, right? Or being scared of something new coming that you've thought about using your imagination in the wrong way. And it's never right or wrong. We could just be using it to create possibility instead of predicting disaster. So remember, we want to reactivate that imagination, which is allowing the inner child to play. We're going to use the whiteboard method. We're going to go to bed every single night telling the universe what we want through our feelings and through our emotions and through seeing it in our mind's eye, right? And then the universe is going to look at it every morning. And the more consistent you are, say you do it 7 nights in a row, the same scenario, it's only a matter of weeks and months before the universe delivers it. There's a time lag. You're going to have to wait a little bit for the universe to catch up to you. And that's where you do not give up. You guys have heard me say that in so many of my videos. Do not give up on your desires. You know, I just started public speaking. I was dreaming about it back in 2015. It's almost 10 years later, but I'm doing it, right? We're here, we're doing it. You will be doing it too. We do not give up on our dreams. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Thank you so much for supporting me and my channel, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace out.